You guys are gonna probably think I'm joking when I ask this question, but I promise I'm being sincere. Is J-Lo okay? Jennifer Lopez, is she alright? I know you guys call her a mean girl, but in my experience, the handful of times that I've been in the same room with her, it's been in very intimate settings. She's been surrounded by her friends and people that she cares about, and she actually seemed lovely. So I actually don't have any horror stories about her personally. However, I can't help but notice that every single time Beyoncé goes on tour, there's a very specific type of Jennifer Lopez content. I'm laughing, I'm trying not to cringe. There's a very specific type of Jennifer Lopez content that always seems to make it on my timeline every time Beyonce's on tour. And the theme of what I'm picking up on is a little concerning and has me wondering, is she alright? Watch me! She got it. 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 I got soul. She got soul. And I'm super bad. And she's super bad. I got soul. She got soul. And I'm super bad. And she's super bad. Yes, I am. Come on now. And for those of you who love to be dismissive and who are going to say, Blue, that's a reach. J-Lo doesn't have any weird animosity or competitive streak when it comes to Beyonce. Oh, honey. Back in 2005, David Beckham made a commercial for Pepsi with Beyonce and Jennifer Lopez. And when they were doing press for that commercial, they asked Beyonce, were there any funny moments on set? And Beyonce tried to sheepishly tell a story about falling into a pool. And J-Lo interrupted her to be like, oh, girl, you didn't fall into that pool. I pushed you. By mistake, I mean. And I remember back then, this was 20 years ago, me and my other friend, who was just as obsessed with pop culture, was like, oh, honey, she clearly pushed her into that pool on purpose. You know when a mean girl does something mean and they admit it publicly and laugh in your face? Watch this clip that I found. We were walking on these ponds, actually, and there was water surrounding the ponds. I thought it was plexiglass. I didn't think it was actual water. And I actually fell into the water. You lost your balance because I pushed you by mistake. Well, I didn't want to say that, but I ran right into her by mistake and she fell in the water. I'm very sorry. Now, to be fair, this is old tea. And honestly, I thought it was old tea. I thought whatever weirdness they had back in the early 2000s had dissipated. Until Renaissance. That's when shit got weird again. Who is your 2023 Woman of the Year? My 2023 Woman of the Year? Ooh. I think my Woman of the Year... I mean, all of them, right? They're all pretty amazing. I mean, I would have to say Taylor's pretty, kind of killing it this year. Yeah, I would say Taylor, maybe. Yeah. Did y'all catch that? Because I really want you guys to start flexing the muscle of critical analysis more and more, especially in these trying times. In 2023, they asked Jennifer Lopez during the midst of the frenzy of Renaissance. Everybody was talking about Renaissance in 2023. And in the middle of all that, they asked Jennifer Lopez, who do you think is the Woman of the Year? And she subconsciously starts doing the riff to Drunken Love. The riff to a Beyonce song, Drunken Love. And stalls, and then pauses, and then smirks and responds, Taylor Swift. The same Taylor Swift that at that time was being weaponized against Beyonce as a full rival. I mean, I would have to say Taylor's pretty, kind of killing it this year. That is some hating ass behavior. For those of you who don't know how to spot a hater when they're being covert, when somebody has you on their mind 24/7 but will never give you your just due, that is a frenemy. Yikes, Jennifer. And P.S., because there's always a P.S., if you're wondering why Drunken Love is the song that J-Lo subconsciously was singing to herself, best not to give her real answer, which was obviously Beyonce. A couple of years ago, J-Lo was accused of stealing Beyonce's entire Drunken Love performance for one of her own performances, which means if she was inspired by that performance to steal the entire set That's probably a song that's burned into her brain because she had to watch it to copy it.
J-Lo was previously accused of copying Beyoncé on multiple occasions. Like that time she performed with Maluma at the 2020 AMAs, and her entire look seemed copy and pasted from Beyoncé's performance with Jay-Z at the 2014 Grammys. Diamonds dripping down like fountains. I'm fine, don't care what the amount is. You can make it, baby, I want you. By the way, when J-Lo was asked about Jay-Z's music streaming platform Tidal, she claimed that she had never heard of it and completely ignored the reporter.
Okay, so enough of that, because I could actually sit here all day and post receipts of all these little moments over the last 20 years. So this is not like a fleeting thing, where I've become aware that J-Lo does have complicated feelings about Beyonce, even though she's beautiful and successful and beloved and an A-lister herself. And the reason why I want to point this out is because, once again, it's not about J-Lo or Beyonce. It's about the lessons that we can learn from watching these public figures. That old saying that nobody who's doing as good as you is going to hate on you is a lie. Someone can be as rich, if not richer than you, as beautiful, if not more beautiful than you, and still find time to hate you because of how you are loved by others. I think the reason why J-Lo has this weird one-sided competitive streak when it comes to Beyonce is that because she and Beyonce came from the same era, the same time, around the same age, and yet the way that we love Beyonce is just can't be replicated. So the moral of this story is people who are slaves to external validation will always find a way to resent you for your internal peace. It's that simple.
So y'all telling me that she don't look like Beyonce? Hold on. Was Beyonce not wearing this a couple years ago? What the fuck? She look exactly like Beyonce. What? Beyonce, my sweetie, I'm so...
I mean, they were not joking when they said that Beyonce is a celebrity among other celebrities. She's evenly so aware of this behavior that other celebrities do. Not just even the J-Los, it's people that you're even not aware of, you know? Sometimes it's also the older generation, older people that Beyonce even looked up to, you know, who be like, not her, you know, because they don't like the spotlight that she has received. And I think at times she has embraced it, dealt with it, and healed over it. And I guess that's what makes her Beyonce. You know, she's reserved, she's to herself. You know, there are intimate moments about herself that she does not want to be revealed. And that's what makes her interesting. You know, you never really know what goes on with Beyonce. And people want more of that. And I don't think she does it subconsciously because she wants to do it. She does it because she wants to protect herself. And she knows that there are people after her image, there are people who want to be like her, there are people who want to recreate her. Not just celebrities, even like your J-Los. It's people as well as your companies, your brands that tries to recreate Beyonce, and they try to give that element of her to a certain extent, even through your Taylor Swift, so that they can give us something that's not white, surrounded around what's called a black woman, even though I don't think she's a black woman. I think she's a mixed woman, and she's a Creole. She said what? She's cruel. She's a cruel. I don't know how to say it in American. Don't come for me. But she's that. She's openly said that she is. And I guess in America it works differently being a black woman than how they treat you in America. It's like Rihanna, you know, how she had to be, quote unquote, a black woman in America, even though she wasn't. She was practically bullied into that title, and she was like, yeah, I'm black, even though she's not. But anyways, it's not about that. It's just understanding the industry helps you navigate it better, and not giving them too much of you helps you stay longer in the game and makes you more relevant. That's what keeps Beyonce on her toes, and that's what makes these people mad. That's why you're mad.